We've all had some fun by checking out some fake Pokemon leaks and thinking about the possibilities, but what if they actually were real? And in this video I'll be taking a look at one specific trio and putting them into the actual Pokemon games to see how would it actually look if they were real. But of course, I can't start the process without creating the actual sprites for the Pokemon themselves. I started with them one by one, and the only inspiration I could use and actually find was the art made for the leaked Pokemon. So I started with the dark one, made the sprite for it, also tried out backspriting it, but I'm not that much experienced compared to the front sprites, since it's pretty obvious by my channel content. Then the easier part, which were the icons, but I needed to take in mind the palettes for them, since you can't use any colors and the game has specific amount of color palettes, so I needed to abide by those rules. After that was set, I came back sometimes to adjust them, but that was mostly for the dark ones. I did the same for the psychic ones, also had to take in mind the set amount of colors I can use for the actual sprite itself. Then of course I tried to fit more to the Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum art style, since it would be kinda off-putting if it was so different. Other things I had to take in mind were the more restricted dimensions, which is just 80 by 80 compared to Pokemon Black and White's 96 by 96. And straight after getting done with the psychic type, it was a bit more challenging with the fighting type, since the only thing more difficult was a more, more expressive pose, while also having a lesser amount of details revealed about the design since it was in the background. But I still did it pretty successfully in my opinion. Made a Pokemon back sprite which I needed to edit later since it was too small. Like I said, I am little less experienced in that field. Then had a pretty fun time making the small icon, adjusted all of that, then started the actual ROM hacking process, which, if most of you probably don't know this, but it's pretty difficult. The amount of time that has been just used for research purposes is quite a ton. Anyways, after I made the sprites, I finally started to try and implement them. As you can see, the background was black, so I tried testing in the game to see already how the progress was going. And because of the same problem, the outlines were becoming transparent, or I just didn't notice it in the pitch black. So to try to fix it and combat the problem, I went back and changed the background to blue and green respectively. Then tried again, and to my surprise, it actually worked out pretty nicely, so I could move on to the next subjects. And the next part for the sprite implementation process was also adding the icons. At first it was struggle finding out where everything fit in and how to correctly manage the color palettes, but I slowly figured it out and worked through the problem. After I changed the backgrounds for all of the starters and figured out the problem, I did the same for the Kangaroo and the Triceratops starter, which resulted in me adding all of them in perfectly. Up next was a much more tedious and time-consuming process, which was replacing all of the Gen 4 starter names with the fake Pokemon leak names. And it may seem simple at first, but I needed to replace every single instance, either it be the summary screen Pokédex or whatnot. And then of course I also went and changed the stats, move pools, TM and HM compatibility, abilities, types of course, and adjusted the names, which were picked by you in the community tab, so subscribe if you ever want to see yourself in a video in the future. But anyways, here are the final results of the initially fake Pokemon, starting off with Protoram. The changed types, did names implemented as well, changed stats, new abilities, moves implemented, and move pools completely changed. And lastly, also Staryu with the fighting typing, different stats, different ability, different moves, all of that good stuff. But mostly, yeah, if you for some reason would like to try this out. I don't know. I got the ROM hack yet again in the description. The move pools are completely changed, they cannot evolve. Everything is made so that you can actually play with them, even though I didn't really intend to do it myself. And I give you the permission to hack all of them free into your team. So yeah, I guess that's that. I don't really have anything else to say except show off again the cool sprites I made in HD form. But that's pretty much it. I'm not going to hold you any longer. Stay tuned for any more awesome content, and yeah, see you later.